evening, everyone, and welcome to Global Hub Racing GT Sport. It's round 3. We're back at Interlagos. It's like we've never been away from this place this week. I'm James14. I'm going to be taking you through the action. Solo commentary from me tonight. I'm going to be joined by Kyle, of course, for Pro-Am. For Pro later on, not for Pro-Am. Goodness me. You might win in Pro-Am. But, yeah. But we have got people... We've got people alongside us in the commentary box currently. Luke, sorry I got no ID, Kyle and Ballboy are all here. If they want to say hello, they can.
Hello.
Goodness me, sound more enthusiastic. Come on, you're about to have the race of your life. Oh,
Well,
I haven't been notified of my existence.
Well, we have also got a wild Welshman here as well, Mr. Meyer.
Hi.
I was leaving you till last for a specific reason there.
Oh.
So I could say wild Welshman. Yeah.
I like that name.
It doesn't rhyme.
Well, 3 minutes to go until the start of Pro-Am. There are a couple of people that are going to be running a little bit late, so I might just push the start back by only 2 or 3 minutes, just to see if we can get them in for 6:15. Billy, oh my God, Jesus Christ! Don't want to hear me again. Let me get the stream links out onto Discord.
So while we're here, if you are watching the stream, comment your race predictions. I'm interested to see what people think.
Yeah, do comment your race predictions, of course. I'm just going to put the links into thingy. There we go.
And also,
10 people
just
in
to point out, we have a driver change with the LKR Aston Martin from sorry I got no ID to LK Luke. The Al in LK Racing back again.
Back again.
There he is,
yeah, he'll be racing now.
better known as Laughing Boy, I think, from TFRL days, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's right, that's what.
Thank God I got that
so,
right, because that would have looked bad for me on the stream.
That would have been awkward.
That would have been really awkward. Goodness me. Don't want to be doing that. But we have got a minute until the official start time. Not sure if people are running late. I'm just going to have a look at this. Deneen says, can we go? Yeah, we can go in about a minute's time. God, you know, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. I don't know why people are wanting suddenly to run things early. It's only because we went early for F2 by a minute on Thursday. 12? No, we've got 11.
12?
Oh, we've got 10 now because I've cancelled my entry. Don't want to be seeing me out on track.
I myself twice because I'm a bit of a dick.
You've counted yourself twice. V12 man could be running late, so I would expect him to join for 6:15. And Billy, not sure where Billy is at the minute either. So we could be seeing a potential increase of 2 drivers, which will add up to 12 for an attendance there. Which, considering it's Father's Day, pretty good going.
Another bit of news while we wait for qualifying. Kelly in the BMW M6 has joined LK Racing. There you are.
No.
So yeah, he'll be obviously not helping the Aston Martins or anything like that, but yeah, just a bit of information for anyone that's watching.
Yeah, what am I doing? I'm going into spectate mode when I've got to edit the settings. Oh, what an idiot! What an idiot! Come on, James, get with it. Right. Changing weather conditions now. There we go.
Ooh, yeah.
Apologies. Don't go out on track until I say so in the comments. In the chat. Lolheads, by the way, Superboy is now his name on there. Me and Billy saying, him and Billy want to change cars for next season. Obviously, there is going to be a mid-season chance for drivers to change their cars if needs be. Thought I'd mention that. That's going to be happening after round 6 of the championship. Round 6, so 7 rounds of the season may see drivers in new cars. As I will change back. Oh, Stephen, very eager to get out on track, it seems. There we go.
All accepting dreams.
Right, hopefully Ballboy doesn't mind. I'm gonna leave him unmuted just so I've got a bit of contact, because you never know with my connection. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, just ignore me. Just ignore me. It's like a voice in heaven.
Just put something in the chat in case anything goes wrong, and then I can see it.
I could do.
Or someone's have the stream up or something like that.
I've got the stream up, so that's not gonna work.
Oh yeah, to be fair, yeah, Dodge, you can have the stream up, no worries. What a man he is. Get a round of applause for Dodge in the comment section.
There we go, I just thought I'd get it out there, that eventually, knowing my autocorrect thingy. Stephen saying he thought we'd started. No, the second change of the weather conditions is where we start. Let's
yeah, it's just a reason.
Yeah, let's get out on track then. And mute everyone. Good luck, Mr. Maya, even though he's not racing. Good luck, Luke. Good luck, sorry, I got no ID. Good luck, Kyle. Good luck, Ballboy. There we go, alone in the commentary booth for tonight's action. And I will be trying to keep on board with the comment section during the race. I'm going to have a check before we start the race. I'm going to focus solely on qualifying though at the minute. 10 minutes in length, and already a minute gone. And Superboy is the first one out on track, formerly known as Lolheads, of course, to anyone that is unfamiliar. Let's get the info up for everyone. Of course, Interlagos. This is the final technical corner on the track he's coming up towards. Great camera angles as a scene, and I think I have got a bit of a glitch on my end. I'm not sure for the timings if we have got a bit of a glitch. Oh no, actually no. The out lap is always faster than their competitive laps around here. Just thought I'd mention that. But Superboy now running down into turn 1 in the Audi R8. Got Kyle behind him in the Aston for LK Racing. Of course, Image Junkie, FJL Image Junkie creating the livery there. Great looking livery, I've got to say as well. But Superboy through turns 1, 2 and 3. Now on the run down towards turn 4. Of course, parts of Brazil have been affected by a power cut this evening. No power cut here, which I'm very glad to say, and hopefully, touch wood, we're going to be all fine. Superboy, track is sending quite a lot. You can get a 3-second time penalty there, as I've seen in practice. People getting, and he gets out of the way, and it's a 4/10 penalty, but luckily it's a slowdown, and he serves that up. Let's go on board then with Kyle. Got Glock in behind him on a lap as well. Of course, space at a premium around here in Interlagos. Of course, it's not like F1 where you're going to be quite crowded. There's only 10 drivers out on track, so it should be quite decent for spatial awareness. And, you know, these guys, they normally take into consideration. There's the LK Racing livery. We'll make one wheel, of course, the Spotify podcast that is up on there. Super Cooler, the Irishman hosting that. Of course, if you do want to check that out, you can. I'm sure everyone does have Spotify, or does know what Spotify actually is. Superboy just running wide there, coming through the camera shot. Kyle running up the hill. Beautiful camera angles here in GT Sport tonight. And Kyle, I set 30.8 in practice, so just watch out for the timings here. Kyle coming across the line, he's going to go quickest with a 32 flat. Lolheads. Superboy off. Glock goes quickest by 600ths of a second though. Pelly's coming across the line. He looks like he's going to go quick with everyone, and it is 31.5 there for the Dutchman. Domnios is about to come across the line in another BMW. Domnios comes across the line, doing a nice job there. Stephen with a 35.3. David jumps up there in the Dodge as well. We've got Deneen on a lap. Changes livery. Of course, I'm not really that bothered about livery changes at this stage, but Deneen comes across the line to go 5th with a nice step there, the Irishman. 32.9, 1.4 seconds off the pace. There's Luke, a newcomer, laughing boy to those of you who might be familiar with the TFR lot, and Ballboy about to come across the line as well. He goes 7th, the 1.7 second deficit to Pelly, who was out on top with 4 minutes gone in qualifying. Pelly is your top runner at the minute, with nearly a 5/10 gap to Glock in 2nd, and there is Kyle in 3rd. Of course, we will have to know if there's any improvement on this lap. Of course, they are running at high fuel modes for their qualifying laps, and of course 100 litres of initial fuel is the way to go here. Got Pelly Coming out on top, Glock second. It is very close actually between Glock and Kyle. Only 600 separating the two of them. So looking good there. Kyle's going to come into the pits. We're going to see how you should be taking the pit lane. Not by that camera angle, but definitely. Yeah, I'm just going to nip out into spectator. There we go. And then we can go on board with some of the guys out on track. Superboy comes across the line to not improve that. Oh, Stephen on lap, is he improving? I think he is. Oh, Stephen across the line, 34.1, so he improves. Goes ahead of Superboy there, 2.6 seconds off the pace. David dives it up his inside. Don't know what David is trying to do there. That's a bit of an odd one on me. Don't know what he was doing. I think David might have been getting held up there. 33 flat. He gets a 2.5 second slower than I think. Right to have that as well. 2.5 seconds slowdown. He's back into the pits. Feeling like he's hard done by there. Glock, by the way, has improved slightly. 31.8 was his improvement, so he's now within 3.5 tenths of Pelly, who was currently out on top. And he improved slightly as well, 31.4 on his last lap. BMW seemingly that they're going to be doing quite well once again round here. Of course, we had Kyoto 2 weeks ago. We're now in Interlagos, and the tour of the GT3 tracks goes on. And I will tell you at the end of the stream where we are next. Well, Abson looks like Pelly might be improving here once again. 75 litres of fuel remaining for him. As he runs up the hill into the final corner. 31.4 is his current personal best. I think he's going to be improving to around a 31.2, I would imagine, here. Or is he going to opt to come into the pits? Yes, he does. He opts to come into the pits and puts in another thingy. Kyle about to start lap. Ballboy's gone fourth with 32.3. May I just point that out in the Lambo. Ballboy 32.3, looking quite good. Quite decent there in the Lambo. The Lambos can go well around here. So he's looking good at the minute. Dumlios with 32.5 in fifth. David has set a competitive lap time. He's 1.1 seconds off the lead. Dumlios, oh, what on earth is Ballboy doing there? I call that on stream, Sally. I think Ballboy was preparing for a lap. David totally has misjudged that. It's a good job he was on an out lap. But Ballboy shouldn't really be doing that, to be honest. We're going to have to put something in place just to ensure that our drivers feel safe out on track. Dumnios runs wide. He was a 10th up through the first sector. 32.5 is his current personal best, of course. Pelly's in behind, just coming out the pits, and that is Glock ahead as well, who also came into the pits on that last lap there. So the Finn, of course, put down your top 3 predictions in the comment section if you do want to have some sort of say in tonight's action for Pro-Am. Pro, of course, coming up at around 7:15. And hopefully everything is going to be going just fine here tonight. And hopefully, touch wood, there's going to be no connection issues. Touch wood. But Dumlios, and Danny's still a 10th up after running wide, coming up the hill through turn 6 and 7. But Dumlios, looking good here. Just see if anybody else improves. I'm interested to see how Deneen's going to get on, because he's in 7th at the minute, the Irishman. We'll go on board with him in a minute, just see where he is out on track. But Dumlios about to come across the line. He is getting a bit of a toll down the straight. He improves. He's not improving, actually. Deneen is there. He's coming out the final corner. 33.3 last time around. I think he could be improving here, to be honest. Taking a much deeper line. You can, of course, go wide out and then go deep into the corner to try and gain a little bit more speed. Deneen, however, is going to be improving considerably on this lap. Comes across the line to set a 32.7. Goes ahead, or goes 2 tenths within to David ahead of him. Luke struggling. Superboy is into the pits. He's not going to get another lap out with about 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here in qualifying for Pro-Am. Thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, David has just improved slightly there. 32.6 for David. In fact, I don't think it was an improvement because it came back into the pits. So how Kyle's getting on. Kyle, highest point on the track. Now running downhill. Sea change is around 50 metres round here at Brazil. Quite an elevating track. He's a 10th down in the middle sector here, Carl's got to find it all in this final sector. The Aston looking very squirmish indeed. Oh, and he's lost complete control nearly. Let's go bowling with Glock in behind him. set a 31.852, so he's been setting very consistent laps in qualifying so far. 30 seconds to go, 25 seconds to go in fact, in qualifying. About to come across the line. Glock, is he going to improve? Is he going to better Pelly? I think he's totally off this lap. He is indeed. David is setting the personal purple first sector, so let's see how the Spaniard gets on. Kyle, by the way, did find a bit of improvement and has gone second. David now on a lap, running down the hill. Looking quite good. Let's go on board with him, as I've got to point out a message. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Just got a message, people here. Can't really commentate and type at the same time. That's what I'm trying to do here. Luke just improving there slightly. There we go. Well, Stephen about to come across the line. 33.7, looks like he's already done. And on track, Superboy is on a lap. Qualifying is effed for me. Dear me. But we have got Kyle running up the hill. Is he going to improve ahead of Pelly? 33.2 last time around for Kyle. He didn't improve in the end. It was a 31.5 last lap around. He did improve. Could be improving here actually. Let's see. Coming across the line. Not quite. 4/10 off. Glock in behind. Not improving. Pelly is though. Pelly's going to go quicker I think here. Coming across the line. Pelly. Yeah. 31.3 improves by a 1/10.5 nearly there. Danina's gone fourth as well. May have just pointed that out. 6,000 ahead of Ballboy, who is off a lap. And Deneen now about to come across the line, and the McLaren not improving here. Everyone bar David, I think, have completed their laps, and that is the case. We're only waiting for David now. He's about to come across the line. 32.3 is his current best, and not looking like he's going to improve here. So David just coming across the line. Now that is everyone done then on their laps, and we can go and start the race. Fantastic. Pelly on top, Kyle in second, LK1-2, Glock third, Deneen in fourth. So good to see the esports teams up there, of course. LK and Lipid Racing. 40 minutes here at Autodromo de Interlagos. Not 2.4 hours or 24 hours of Le Mans as what we've been experiencing in the last day or so. But hopefully everyone is getting ready for lights out very shortly indeed. Pelly on top, Guile in second, Glock in third. That is a shocking camera angle, but we'll take it from there. 40 minutes. The red light sequence are on, and we're about to go green here in GT3s for Pro-Am. And it is lights out and away we go, and Pelly gets a very good start off the line. Glock just wheel spinning. David has got a hell of a start down into turn one, but it looks like Kyle has got the jump on Pelly down into turn one. Camera cuts away and Kyle leads into turn one. Everyone looking quite decent in behind. Everyone keeping it clean it seems. Kyle leading, Pelly second. David in third, Glock fourth, Ballboy fifth, Superboy is up early into sixth. Little Stephen, Deneen, Luke and Dunlios are the top 10 at this stage. But Carl leading through the first sector. I'm just going to butcher it out of spectate mode slightly. And let's go on board then with Pelly, who is right on the back of him, the BMW. We're running up the hill, of course. Fresh supers, 100 litres of fuel. We should be expecting 25, 26 laps as we see Ballboy up the inside of Glock. Going for the move, gets that move done. That's been a bit of contact, I think, because David has lost positions. David has lost positions there. But Kyle leading, Pelly second. Ballboy in third. Superboy just trying to go up the inside of Glock. Not quite. That whole race is looking really unstable. Gotta say so myself. He tries a dive bomb down the inside. Doesn't want to be going for the dive bombs. He's making contact with Glock. Not sure what's really going on. David's down his inside as well. Superboy's going to be pushed out of things here. And I think he had it coming from really as David decides to dive bomb it down the inside. It's a fair move. David gets it done. Up into fourth. Glock is on his inside. They're running up the hill. We'll catch on board with Pelly and Kyle, who was actually changed positions. Kyle out in front, Pelly in second, but look at the BMW now in the slipstream, trying to go up the hill. Is he going to have the inside? He's going to go around the outside into turn one, but I think giving each other respect here, Kyle just cuts the corner slightly, but he's now out in front and he improves his advantage by about 5/10 per second. Everything kicking off in behind. Superboy and David getting forced off. Oh, and there's contact there. I don't know what on earth Superboy is trying to do here. I mean, come on. Calm yourself, man. Calm yourself. 40 minutes left. The race cannot be won on the first lap. It is simple as that. Don't even try and go for another dive bomb. Otherwise, you'll see it coming. At the minute, 7.2 seconds. Separating the whole field, but Kyle out in front by 4/10 of a second. Pelly in second, Bullboy up to third early. Bit of contact being going on behind, it seems, between Glock, Superboy, Deneen now ahead of David, who decides to dive bomb it down the inside. Deneen, I think, is going to try it again down the inside. He has to force the issue. Oh, Stephen has came into a bit of contact there, and I don't know what on earth is going on. Well, Stephen down the inside, defending the position well. Luke Dumlios as well, trying to go up the inside of Luke. I think he's got him there. Luke is off track. Dumlios is off track as well. Both of them spinning out pretty much the same time. Everyone just spreading themselves out now, which I think for the benefit of everyone is actually quite decent. As Kyle leads, end of lap 2. Kyle leads. From Pelly in second, Bullboy in third. 1.1 seconds. Kyle sets the fastest lap of the race. 31.8 is the fastest lap. Of course, that lap time will not stand. It'll come down for sure in the next 35 minutes, 36 minutes or so. Kyle out in front, Pelly second, Bullboy in third. Looking a little bit closer, taking a much neater and deeper line actually down through turn 3. He's within 8.5 tenths, but that Lambo has just got the edge in the speed traps over Glock, who goes purple in the first sector by by 1/10 of a second there. David and Deneen still battling it out. Oh, a little bit of contact. Deneen goes all the way around the outside, gets him done. That's a good move by Deneen. I think David got caught on the inside curb, which has just forced the issue. And Deneen now, the Irishman, is up to 6th place. Now, I do apologise, by the way, we haven't had any standings through, and that, I'm afraid, is karma, really. David just over-aggressively driving. Superboy's picked up a second time penalty. Battle for the lead, though. 5 tenths of a gap between Kyle and Pelly, who's keeping them very honest here, Pelly. They're giving them the flashing lights treatment under the braking point. Up the hill now, through the final corner they go. We're nearly 5 minutes through. We're nearly an eighth of the way through this endurance race, and we are ending lap 3. Kyle in front by 5/10 of a second, Pelly in second, and then Bullboy in third. No real changes to the top 5 in the last lap or so. Superboy and Deneen, everyone just spreading themselves out. Luke is at the back of the field after that spin. Just going to check on board with the comment section, see what you guys are tuning in with, because I can see quite a few comments coming in. What happened with Bullboy's incident with me last week in qualifying? It was investigated. If it happens again, which I don't think it did, which it did happen to another driver, I'm going to be taking action based on that Glock, so don't worry about that. And yeah, V12 man seems very, very amazed that Bullboy is in third as well, as we see Pelly trying to go up the inside of Kyle. This is for the lead battle. Glock in behind Bullboy as well, third and fourth, all hotting up nicely early on. Of course, time management is key around this track. We have more than 5 minutes through. Kyle leading from Pelly, Bullboy in third, Glock in fourth. Hopefully, everyone has just spread themselves out to decent advantages. It looks like David has been struggling slightly. Bullboy certainly struggling, because Glock is trying to go up the inside here, running through. And up the hill they come. Kyle, Pelly out on top at the minute. Bullboy third, Glock in fourth. But Glock has got a much better run up the hill compared to Bullboy. I'm just going to go on board with the battle for the lead, though, because here comes Pelly. He's going to try and seek it all the way around the outside into turn 1. Don't think he's going to be close enough. Just losing speed, I think, in the coming down the straight. Back on board with Glock. Glock tries to commit it down the inside. Bullboy sees him coming. And I think that is a move completed for Glock. It is. Glock gets that move done and he's up to third place. Nice move there by the Brit on his fellow countryman. And he's up to third. Goals Glock. Pelly keeping Kyle on us still out in front. Deneen and Superboy are coming quite close together, 5th and 6th as well. The Irishman and the Brit. The Brit just been over aggressively driving, I think, tonight, if I've got to be honest. All 10 standing, by the way, as we are 7 minutes through. Superboy, oh, and that is why you don't go out on the AstroTurf at turn 4. And not only that, he's now spun into the wall. It's similar to what we saw with Toxic. If I was Superboy, I'd be honestly thinking of just picking up that final point and moving on to the next race. That R8 does not seem to be suiting these sorts of tracks at all. Kyle out in front. Pelly in second. Superboy has indeed left the race. So that's going to be him picking up the point as we see Kyle, making a mistake. Kyle makes a mistake, and now Pelly on his inside has got to be aware of this, and the BMW is now alongside the Aston. The Aston, though, down in the straight line is much quicker compared to the Pelly, and not really great language being provided there by one of our drivers on a professional live stream. Kyle's just over-raced himself. Those tyres are starting to go, I think, on that Aston. BMW around the outside. Pelly's trying to hang it around the outside, but Kyle, always on the deeper line, is going to have the run down into turn 4. Pelly on the outside line, the Dutchman. The Brit on the inside as you look. And the Brit, I think, is just going to defend this position, but it looks like he's over-raced the corner slightly. Catches the curve nicely there, though. Recovers it nice. And Kyle's still out in front. Bullboy under pressure. Bullboy's trying to go right around the outside of Glock. In fact, it's Glock attacking Bullboy, and he gets that move done. So Glock is up to third. Round the outside into turn 6. Bullboy will try and commit this. Back end stepping out on the Mercedes there. I don't think there was any contact made between both of them there. Out in front it's Kyle from Pelly in second. Glock in third. We're on lap 6. Out of a possible, I think, around 25, 26 laps you should be experiencing out on track tonight. And if you are one of those pro drivers that will be watching the stream, and as I know there are a couple that are watching that stream as well, we should be starting dead on 7:15. So be there. Make sure you race the best of your ability, which is what these guys are doing currently in Pro-Am, and it's good to see as we approach the 10-minute mark that Kyle and Pelly still battling for the lead. LK versus LK out in front. Seems like there's an LK domination going on in GT Sport tonight, don't you think? Anyways, on to lap 7. Consistent lap times being set by Pelly. Just looks like he's setting consistent lap times better compared to Kyle at this stage, and he's right all over the back of him. He's going to try and go down the deeper line through turn 3, through the centre S's there. But Kyle leading, but that Aston is again just pulling away. Pelly has to stick within the slipstream to stand any sort of chance really of trying to get him through the corners. But through the corners, that BMW really grips down well on the tarmac. Kyle really just trying to utilise the speed. There are points of this track where it are speed-based, especially through the final sector, compared to the corners, and you can see how much Pelly is really pushing this BMW. Tries to nick it down the inside. Is he going to try and be forced around the outside now? Switch back down the inner perhaps for the BM. Gets a better run out the corner. Highest point on the track now. Kyle and Pelly fighting it out for the lead. Glock is away 1.6 seconds, 1.7 seconds ahead now of Bullboy. He's looking quite strong for third, Glock, at the minute. And if these two start battling, who knows? He might even get this race win at this stage. Kyle leading, Pelly in second. Looking good stuff at the minute. 11 minutes through. Softs beginning to wear. This should get through half of this race without any sort of bother, really. That's what you should be thinking if you are one of those pro drivers, or if you are indeed a pro driver. Pelly's sticking in that slipstream. I think he must have heard me on the commentary. Just trying to stick within that slipstream. But Glock didn't see his car there. He's in third. And Bullboy in fourth. There's Deneen in fifth. He is beginning to catch those two, I think. Everyone just spread out nicely. There is a bit of a battle going on between Luke and old Stephen for the wooden spoon for 9th place at this stage. Luke, but again in the Aston Martin, just proving that it's well too strong down the straight as we see Kyle making a slight mistake, and here comes Pelly. He's going to try round the outside into turn 6. In fact, I think he's got that car ahead, has he? Right side of the track, as you see, left hand side. Pelly round the outside of turn 6 gets the move done. Shuley round the outside. Great commitment by the Dutchman. The Brits back down his inside, and this is great racing between both of them. Kyle gets back down the inside now. All hell breaking loose here in Brazil. Pelly back down the inside. They're pretty much side by side to the middle sector. This is the sort of racing we want to be seeing in GT Sport Pro-Am. Kyle just falls into a bit of a mistake there. Pelly is keeping him under pressure. He is probably sweating his arms off at the minute, Kyle. Trying to beat off the attentions of Pelly, who is all over the back of him at this stage. 0.4 of a second. Pelly again getting the better run out the final corner as they run up the hill to start lap 9. It's going to be Kyle in front, but for how long? Because Pelly really pushing this BMW, and he's pushing Kyle all the way at the minute. Glock in third, 2.2 seconds ahead of Ballboy. The Lamborghini is quicker in a straight line, so it is gaining down on the straight. Ballboy in fourth. Deneen in fifth is catching still. He's got that down to within 10 seconds. David's got a 2.7 second slowdown in sixth. Dumnios in seventh with an 8/10 slowdown. Luca's going around the outside of old Stephen, as we see here. Yaston on the Mercedes, and the Mercedes holds the inside line, gets it done. Through the first sector they go then, back out in the battle for the lead. Kyle and Pelly, 3.5 tenths sector, 3.5 tenths separating these two at the minute. We will see Glock just coming into camera shot there, about 5 seconds behind these two at this stage. Ballboy in fourth, Deneen in fifth. No real changes for quite a while, but it is this battle for the lead that is really beginning to heat up. Time management is crucial. Pelly tries it down the inside, just pushes Kyle off. He'd be thinking there, and that is really good sportsmanship, actually. That is fantastic sportsmanship there from Pelly. Saw the move down the inside. There was a gap there, but I think it was more him forcing the way through. He's flashing his lights considerably, trying to put Kyle into a bit of a mistake here. Just focus on the attentions. Kyle just forced into a slight mistake there. Not really getting the run out compared to Pelly. Pelly's taking the deeper line up the hill. It's going to suit him better. Kyle has left the party, I think. Maybe down to connection there. And hopefully we're not going to be getting robbed of this battle. Pelly, Kyle. I think he knew there was a bit of lag starting to develop on his end. But Kyle leading. Pelly in second. 25 minutes to go. We're about 15 minutes the way through here in Pro-Am. Kyle leading the way, but for how long? Because Pelly is all over the back of him. We'll take an onboard view going at around 140 miles an hour. You can really see that right front taking the impact on most of the corners around here. The right front taking a real sort of impact on Pelly's car. Let's have a look. Similar sort of story with Kyle as well. They begin to run up the hill once again. Kyle and Pelly, but look at the gap in behind. Glock starting to close up, 3.7 seconds in behind, looking quite strong for third at the minute. He has dropped Ballboy, who now is into the clutches of Deneen, who has really got to move on. That right rear of Ballboy's car taking sort of impact. Deneen's up his inside, the Irishman. Don't think Ballboy will fight this, but he is on the inside line. He's got right away down the inside. Deneen hangs it around the outside. Good stuff from the McLaren driver. He's all the way around the outside, and that is a fantastic move by the Irishman, and he's up to fourth place. So Deneen running slightly wide, might give Ballboy another squeak here around the outside, but Deneen, much better run off. Just taking a very slow entry, getting the power down on exit of the corner. And that has really worked out for him, and he's up to fourth place. Still, 0.3 of a second, separating Kyle and Pelly out in front. Glock third, hovering in behind, 3.4 seconds. He's going quicker than both guys ahead of him at this stage of the race. We'll compare lap times, 33.5 that was from Glock last time around, 34.3 for Pelly, 34 flat for Kyle. So you can really see Glock now, in that clear air, really beginning to close that gap down, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually leading before we come into the pit stops, which should be in around 4 or 5 laps time, I would imagine. Kyle and Pelly, 16 minutes gone. Nearly punching the halfway stage. Pelly's first resemblance of a mistake there from Pelly, nearly killing the cameraman, and he's now a second clear. Deneen and Ballboy fight again, and Deneen holding that position. I think Ballboy was trying to attack him down the inside. The right rears, though, really beginning to hurt, and Deneen, Ballboy trying to go up the inside. Not sure if there was a bit of a tap there. Just looked like he was getting all out of shape. Ballboy getting all out of shape, but Deneen holds up. Deneen has held fourth. Ballboy holding that car on the track well. David's coming into the clutches of Dumlios, and again the BMW now starting to close in. O'Stephen and Glock has been quite consistent. Slowdown penalty there for O'Stephen being served up. Luke has gone past up to 8th place. And we see Ballboy has gone past Deneen, running down the hill into the final technical corner out on track. But Kyle leads the way. 1.1 seconds. That gap has extended, and that Aston now, with that second buffer, is now just beginning to pull away in the straight line, because purely the Aston Martin is the speediest car probably out on this track at this stage. So Kyle really doing well. Pelly, by the way, new fastest lap of the rest, 31.5. That still stands from lap 3, I do believe that was. Yep, that was indeed lap 3 that he was on. So we see Ballboy and Deneen once again. Deneen's over rest himself. Ballboy around the outside. Contact. Ooh. Those right rear, that right rear of Ballboy, surely he must know that right rear is beginning to blister quite considerably. Not sure what Deneen was happening on with there, but both of them come out there relatively unscathed. Ballboy into 4th, Deneen in 5th. Still, let's focus on the battle for the lead. Still a second separating Kyle and Pelly. Glock not really getting any closer. In fact, he's losing time. 2-3 tenths, really. Kyle, in fact, pretty much put out that distance last time around. So I'm going to see quite a bit of fluctuation now as we come to the end of the first half of this race. Kyle leading, 8 tenths of a second. Pelly much better through the corners. That BMW really hunkers down well on the tarmac, getting to the apex as nicely as well as Pelly. And he's really trying to excel on this, but again, up the hill, Kyle getting a much better exit that time, extends that gap further. It's going to be about 1.3 seconds to come down to the end of the straight here. Coming across the line then to start lap 13. We are pretty much nearly halfway through here in Pro-Am. And Kyle leads by 1.3 seconds. Pelly in second. There's Glock just coming into camera shot there in third. Ballboy and Deneen have dropped off at quite a rate. Ballboy especially has dropped off at quite a rate. I think that right rear definitely going to be affecting him through the corners as Deneen gets closer into turn 1. Brakes late. The McLaren looking much better. That right rear again for Deneen is looking quite susceptible really to what is the undulations of this track, and certainly through the corners that's going to be getting quite effective, especially if that back end is stepping out. But Ballboy, I think, is finding this a bit too hard. If you see our first pit stop, David is into the pitch, the Spaniard. That is from 6th or 7th place. So David is into the pits. We are seeing Luke, by the way. He's already gone into the pits, I think. Yeah, he's just, he could have the last lap, actually. David is about to come out. It'll be his full set of fuel, I think. He should be able to get to the end from around here. So it's literally only a one stop, really, here in Interlagos. We're going to see him jump out the pits anytime soon. He should be getting out ahead of Luke, who just came past him on the pit box. And it looks like Luke, with the overspeed, is actually going to get him. There he is down into turn 1. There is David at turn 2. Luke, watch out for the right hand side of your screen. There he is. He's already gone past. And he is now down at the back of the field. Pelly has made a mistake. 5-10 slow down for Pelly. We have missed that. Carl is in. Glock is in as well. Aston Martin does love to fuel, does love to burn the fuel. Goodness me, 7 litres left for Kyle, 15 litres for Glock. He could have made that an extra lap, I think. But opting to come in. Deneen opting to come in. Ballboy stays out. Pelly then is out in front. We'll focus on Kyle's pit stop though. Of course, the LK Racing livery looking very sheen and very, very nice indeed. The gold and the black. Really standing out in the sunshine here in Interlagos. Fine weather, of course, is the name of the game. Kyle is out the pits now, and he's going to be out in clear air, and that is what you want to be having in Interlagos. He can now put the hammer down, probably to the end of this race. 19 minutes to go, we're more than halfway through. That is O'Stephen. That is not O'Stephen, that's Glock coming out the pits behind him, actually. So Glock has underfueled slightly. He feels like he can get to the end. Might just need a bit of fuel saving there for him. Dumlios is into the pits. Deneen is on his way out the pits. And he is going to be out just behind old Stephen, which is not ideal. Takes the pit lane exit nicely. Of course, you don't want to be running over the white lines, otherwise you will get a penalty, and I will be dishing out a few penalties, trust me. Dumlios is out ahead of the Luke and David battle, so he's coming out in 7th, as we've got a spinner, and it's Pelly out in front! Pelly has spun! Pelly has spun at the final technical corner at the end of Sector 2. Saw that on the mini-map. How much time has that cost him? That is going to cost him... That's nearly cost him 10 seconds. That's nearly cost him 10 seconds. It's around 7-8 seconds, really. Bullboy should be putting in this lap. Like, he can't be going around another lap on those tyres. Surely not. He is going to opt to come into the pits, hopefully. He is in. So Pelly is there. Kyle is running down the straight now. Bullboy is in. There's Pelly. He's going to be pitting. He can run a little bit less fuel compared to Kyle, which will see him probably. Kyle just coming past the pit lane now. Glock coming past the pit lane. I think because of Pelly's mistakes, he's going to be in a clear 3rd place. And in fact, he is, because he is going to be coming out the pits now. They're the front two, just going through the centre S's turns 1, 2 and 3. Kyle and Glock then to fight out this race win. With Pelly very susceptible to some of the mistakes that have been made out on track. Comes out the pit entry now. Stays within the white lines nicely. That's good to see. Deneen out in 4th. Well, Stephen has came into the pit as well. Bullboy is there. Bullboy is coming out into a clear 6th position, I think that is. He's behind Dumlios. No, he's ahead of Dumlios, in fact. By quite a considerable margin. About 10 seconds gap there for Bullboy. Everything has just really spread itself out, of course. David and Dumlios looking quite close here for 6th. Sorry, it's Luke and David, I should say, for 6th. For 7th, I should say, looking quite close. Well, Stephen is right in behind, about 5 seconds off. But running down the straight again. The Aston is closing in on the back of the Dodge. David trying to fend off the attentions of Luke. Of course, his first race back since the TF World days. And Luke will be wanting to put an impression on the remaining 16 minutes of this race. And judging by the speeds that I've been experiencing around here, I'm just going to check my charge, by the way, on my controller. There we go, it's on a 3 bar. And David currently is outgunning Luke at this stage, but coming across the line, out in front, however, 32.2 that time for Kyle. Glock with a 32.2. Only 1/100th of a second separating them on that lap alone. So Kyle really not gaining anything at the pit stops. And in fact, Glock 1.5 seconds off. Now Mercedes now beginning to close in, but he needs to be within, I think, 8-9 of a second to stand any sort of chance of really trying to gain the upper hand here. Because it's all going to start to develop up. I think the Aston is just going to walk away with it now at this stage. 15 minutes to go, we're more than halfway through. Carl leading the way, Glock in 2nd, Pelly 3rd, Deneen in 4th at this stage. 25 minutes being reached. Hopefully everyone having an enjoyable race so far in the viewing box. In the comments section, let me have a look at the comment section then as we approach 15 minutes to go. Let me just have a look. Can I enter in the series? I'd just like to participate. That is CJ, that is Elliot. Elliot, if you wouldn't mind sorting them out for next week, that would be fantastic. Woodridge Dude saying, wow, what a move. And I think that was probably Deneen round the outside, if I recall, back in the race. I've got a memory of a sieve, so forgive me if I've got that wrong. But 14 minutes and 40 seconds left. And hopefully we're going to be seeing a battle to the end between the two leaders out on track. Kyle in 1st, Glock in 2nd. It is, quite literally, the ultimate battle, really. We've got esports teams filling out the first 4 positions. We've got LK in 1st and 3rd with Kyle and Pelly. Sidemax Motorworks in 2nd with Glock, who was really beginning to push this car, and he is getting closer to Kyle. That gap is now starting to drop down into a 2nd. He was 2/10 a lap quicker last time around on lap 16, now lap 17. Pelly's dropping off 6 seconds at the minute. Glock, though, beginning to put the hammer down. I have a feeling that he might be trying to fuel save through the corners. I have a feeling he might be trying to fuel save because Kyle, just through the corners there, beginning to pull away again. But again, that gap fluctuates. so don't take it on face value. Let's just have a look further down the field. There's Pelly in third. Livid Racing for Deneen in fourth, by the way. The Irishman running in a very solo fourth position. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Pelly makes another mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if Deneen could pick up third here. Ballboy's there in fifth. Dumlios in sixth, David in seventh, Luke in eighth, and there's old Stephen in ninth. But the closest battle out on track is this battle for the lead. It's Kyle and Glock at the minute, and it's just going to drop to within a second, I think, coming down the straight. In fact, now, that gap is extended out. As soon as I say that, the gap is just extended out. But Kyle doing a great job out in front. Glock in second, Pelly in third. Thank you very much for tuning in, by the way. 19 viewers. Much appreciated. Like, comment and subscribe if you are, of course, new. Pelly, by the way, is in the background. There he is. But on a personal best lap, 31.7 last time around. These guys are running in the dirty air. Pelly quicker that last time around, but he's not making the impact that you would be expecting from a guy in third, only 6 seconds off the lead. You don't want to be expecting them to close in. You will be expecting them to close in around 5-6 tenths a lap compared to... We see Kyle run wide there, slight inkling of a mistake there, and that has cost him, because here comes Glock. 7 tenths, 6 tenths, there's going to be 5.5 tenths up the top of the hill. Glock senses fresh blood, and he senses that Kyle is now under pressure out in front. As we come through the top of the hill, lap 18, sorry, Kyle and Glock find out this lead. Pelly getting closer after that mistake as well. He's within 6 seconds of the lead. He's, in fact, within 5.5 seconds of the lead. Kyle again. Glock taking a much deeper line, getting a much better exit, and here we go. Is Glock sensing up an opportunity down the straight, perhaps? Kyle just gets caught on the curb slightly, but this is going to be LK versus Side Max. Round 1 here tonight in Brazil, and here we go. Glock and Kyle. Glock, thinking he's only had the game a couple of weeks, is giving Kyle a real fight here, running down the straight to start lap 19. Glock within the slipstream, he pulls out. Now gets more slipstream, trying to go side by side, running down the straight now. Left hand side of the screen is Glock, right hand side is the Aston of Kyle, and Kyle, I think, is just going to pull this off, but Glock tried around the outside, but not quite. Kyle gets the move done, but Glock senses an opportunity now, trying to go around the outside, similar to what we saw with Verstappen in 2017 in Brazil, but not quite. Kyle hanging on for grim life out in front. Glock in second. These two battling, letting Pelly get back into it. So watch out for Pelly in behind. 11 minutes to go. Kyle and Glock battling for the lead, and is Glock surely not going to get this inside line? He does, but Kyle defends it well, and this is really developing up into the battle of the race so far. Kyle in behind though, Pelly in behind though, will be sensing that an opportunistic move could loom for one of these, and Pelly hopefully can go into third place here tonight. We'll see. Kyle, Glock looking very good. Oh, Glock's trying to go down the inside! Trying to go down the inside of Kyle, not quite. That was opportunistic if I ever saw a move like that, but Kyle hanging on for grim life. It's LK versus Side Max here. Just taps the back end, just over breaking himself into the corner. This is looking really racy. It's Aston versus Mercedes, perhaps versus BMW, because there is Pelly. He is catching like the wind at this stage. He is catching. Trust me, he's not out of this. Kyle, Glock. Less than 10 minutes to go. Kyle and Glock. Is Glock going to go around the outside into turn 1? I wish we had a better camera angle. He does. He goes late on the brakes down into turn 1. But again, the marbles on the outside just really cost him there. Kyle with a poor run out. And here comes Glock again around the outside. Trying to get that move done, but Kyle hanging on, taking the deeper line. Somehow he is still repelling off the fending attentions of Glock in second. But Pelly, there he is in third. He is hunting them down, and he is now beginning to hunt fresh blood here in that BMW. Deneen in fourth, Ballboy fifth, Dumnios, David, Luke, and old Stephen still your top 9. The Superboy obviously out the race. Kyle leading, 5 tenths of the gap. That is just extended out, probably at the highest highest gap in terms of the front two for, I would say, the last 2 or 3 laps or so. Well, my controller might have just fell on the floor and disconnected me there, but goodness me, we're still on board, we're still alive, and Kyle 4 tenths ahead of Glock, who is seemingly all over the back of him. But last time around there was only 1,200 separating both drivers. Glock just outpowers himself on the outside curb. Kyle running up the straight, seemingly taking a deeper line. Glock follows that deeper line. Pelly is only 2.1 seconds down. They're all now within the same camera shot. Really great to see here. 3 drivers for the win here with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go as Glock again tries around the outside. But you cannot get the grip round here, is he? Is he going to try it down the inside this time? Going very slow. That might just be a slowdown for Glock. Just see if he gets a slow down here. It looked like it was all 4 wheels across the track. It looks like he just got away with that. But Kyle out in front hangs on for grim life. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes between now and a championship win and a race win here for Kyle. Glock teasing him, but look at Pelly. Look at Pelly. 1.5 seconds separating the top 3. This is all beginning to develop into one hell of a race. We'll go on board then with Pelly. We'll stay on board with Pelly. See what the guys are doing out in front. See the lines. Glock is trying to go for a move here. Go on board with him. And Kyle just breaking a little bit early. Glock takes the deeper line. He's going to have a better exit out. Pelly though in behind. Hanging on for grim life. He can attack that a little bit more speedier compared to these two. Glock tries to send it down the inside, not quite. And again, it's just forcing Pelly into it. And I'll tell you what, Pelly is all over the back. He has just came into this race absolutely cruising at the minute. And I think Pelly could be the spoiling factor in what seemed like a 2-way battle. Lap 22 out of, I don't know how many laps is going to be in this race. But Kyle and Glock fight it out for the lead. Pelly right on the back. 3-way battle, separating by 7-8 tenths of a second. This is all developing and really heating up. And this could be the race of the season. 6.5 minutes to go now. Kyle leading. Glock in second. Pelly in third. They're just spreading themselves out slightly because of the straight. Now through the corners, through into the middle sector. This is the trickiest section. Glock just getting caught out wide a little bit. Could see Pelly trying to go attempt around the outside here. He's going to try and go down the inside now on Pelly. Gets the flashing lights treatment, similar to what we see with Elliott in Pro. Kyle just over-racing it slightly. Here comes Glock down his inside. Is he going to try and commit the move? We're nearly 3 wide. Pelly is trying to get involved in this as well. This is all developing up. It's just all heating up. Hopefully, no attentions to boil over, because this is really starting to develop up into one hell of a race. Glock parks it down on the inside. Pelly just tries to force the issue, but Glock hangs on to that position nicely. It's just letting Kyle get away. 7 tenths of a gap now between the lead, and a little bit of breathing room starts to develop. I think he can breathe a sigh of relief for now. I wouldn't be breathing a sigh of relief until the end of this race though, because there is still work to be done with 5.5 minutes to go. Pelly all over the black of Glock. Here he comes. Is he going to try and get the move done? He's going to see it down the inside line. Glock, I think that's a basic error from him. He knows that BMW is quick in a straight line. Pelly later on the brakes. Glock is later on the brakes that time, but Pelly has that inside line. Back end kicks out slightly, gets it caught out on the corner. Glock trying to go around the outside, but Pelly has got that move done. He's up to second. Fair play to both of them. Great action happening out on track, and I think Glock will be very pleased that he's given that position away to Pelly. I don't think he'd be too pleased he's giving that position away. He's going to fight with all of his might, but all of this has just developed into a 1.2 second lead for Kyle. It's now just starting to all calm itself down a little bit. Glock maybe just over-rushing the tyres slightly. The front's looking a little bit more worn compared to Pelly's. Of course, I think Pelly pitted a lap earlier than Glock. So time management is critical at this stage of the race. 4 minutes to go, and this is all developing up into one hell of a race. Hopefully we keep it this way until the end of the race, and hopefully there's no contact. Kyle then, it is an LK12 once again. Kelly, Kelly? Kyle and Pelly. Goodness me. Kyle and Pelly. 7 tenths of a second. They're just beginning to drop Glock now for third place. They're just beginning to drop him. He's a second down, he's a second behind now. It's starting to develop up once again into an all LK battle for this win. Glock, I think, Would feel hard done by, but I think it's not his fault really. He's given that with every single might. He's fought that with every single might. Sideback should be proud of his performance so far, but do you know what? I'd be very happy with all 3 performances, and in fact most of the field have been very clean throughout. There is a battle going on, I think, between Luke and old Stephen on the mini-map. That's looking quite tight, and I think Deneen and Ballboy has suddenly sprung up from absolutely nowhere as well. Then within a second. We'll keep on focusing on with the battle for the lead though. Kyle. Oh, he's over-raced the corner there. He's over-raced the corner there. Here comes Pelly. Round the outside. He's on the inside line. Now round the outside line. Kyle will have the speed running up the hill. It's fighting. Tooth and nail between the 2 LK guys. Pelly going around the outside of turn 6. Has he tried to get the move done? Kyle, has he got a language position? Pelly ran the outside. He's got that move done, surely. He's on the inside line. And the BMW. Pelly pulls off one hell of a move to take the lead of the race from Kyle. He is probably banging on his wheel. He sends a dive bomb down the inside. It's all just fraying over into a little bit too much over aggressive racing. But Kyle and Pelly, this is LK. This is GHR. GT Sport Pro-Am. Pelly sends it down the inside now. But Kyle, I think, will get the run out, and all of this is bringing Glock back into play. Do not discount the Sidebacks Motorworks driver at all. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. We are going to get another 2 laps. It's going to be 26 laps this race. Kyle leading, hanging on for grim life, because there is Pelly, 2 tenths off him. Is he going to see him move down the inside of turn 1? He's going to have to be forced down the outside. Kyle doesn't cover that inside line though. Pelly has gone careering on into turn 1, and that, I'm afraid, I think, might be his chances ruined of winning this race. He will get a penalty for that, seemingly. He lets Kyle back through. 1.5 seconds till then. I'd serve it up now, to be honest. If I was Pelly, Glock now, going down his inside. Just that corner cut has really done Pelly in. He takes the penalty now. Let's Glock through. Kyle's made a mistake though, and Glock is back into this. This is unbelievable. The race has just developed up, and Glock with the run off the corner. Round the outside, he's got the car ahead, down into turn 6. Kyle's on his inside though, not giving up that position lightly. He's back up the inside, he gets that move done again. This is unreal racing here in Global Hub Racing GT Sport. This is something to be proud of. Kyle fighting off the attentions of Glock. If he wins this race, it's going to be one of the best drives I think I've ever seen as Glock. What on earth is he doing, diving bombing it down the inside? And Pelly's now being let back through as well into this. Kyle's on the inside on a Glock. I think he lets him through there. Good sportsmanship shown. We're going to have one more lap. If he can hang on for one more lap, if my boys can hang on for one more lap, it's all going to develop up. 3-way battle, changing fortunes in this race, I think is the best way to describe it. It's Kyle, Glock, Pelly, 3/10 penalty. I'll be serving that on the straight. I really will be serving that on the straight. But Kyle has got to fight off the attentions of these 2 guys in behind for one final lap. Deneen and Ballboy, by the way, are fighting for 3rd and 4th and 5th, but who cares? Because Pelly's up the inside of Glock this time, gets our move done. This is just unreal. This really is just unreal. Pelly now on the back, LK12 once again. Glock, I think, just backing off. Oh my God, very late on the brakes. Oh my God. Touch and go for Glock there. Kyle fending off the attention of Pelly. He's only got 2/10 of that penalty. We are now on the final lap. If he can hang on for another minute or so, goodness me. Hope nobody's getting the popcorn out at this stage. Pelly sends it down the inside on Kyle. Oh, it's just getting all the tensions are just overflowing, I think, into some of the driving styles at the minute. Pelly has got that move done down the inside. Glock is going to try it down the inside of Kyle now. Pushes the car out on track. Kyle will have the inside line. He'll defend the position there. Kyle gets it. Dominios David and old Stephen and Luke, I think, have already crossed the line. Pelly, though, somehow hanging on. Glock tries it down the inside. Pushes him out. Pushes him out wide. But Kyle has got that around the outside. He gets the traction off the corner. Pelly with a 2/10 penalty. He's got to serve that up before the end, otherwise it's going to flow over to a second. Pelly is going to come across the line. Maybe not the deserved winner. He comes across the line, but the penalty hangs on in his way, and Pelly wins here in Brazil. Kyle in second. Glock in third. Bullboy and Deneen have been fighting off camera as well. Bullboy is going to come out on top of that battle, it seems, in the Lamborghini, bettering the McLaren and Deneen in fifth. My God. My tension could not hold that for the last lap at all. Bullboy across the line in fourth. Deneen across the line in fifth. That is your action over for Pro-Am. And my God, Pelly, by the skin of his teeth, wins. But look at that, top three, 6.5 tenths separating. That is the sort of action we want to be seeing in GHR. And I think that race, we can be proud to say that is GHR. Because that was just unbelievable. That really was unbelievable. Right, as I'm going to save the replay now, we are going to have an interview with a couple of the drivers that are in the party with me. Let's select a couple. Let's select these two that have just came on the mic now.
Jesus Christ.
Bloody hell.
I mean, that wasn't clean at all.
That was not clean.
Yeah, I mean, I got pushed off 3 times. Pelly comes across the centre S's and parks the car in front of me.
Well, it might have not been the cleanest racing, but I certainly thought that was the best battling I think we've seen all season so far. Without a shadow of a doubt. 3-way battle. Oh. Everyone take a breath. Calm yourselves down. Calm myself down. Goodness me, I need a drink after this.
There were just lunges everywhere. That was just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, what on earth is Keelan? Why on earth has been who on earth has been arguing in the comments? I mean, come on, grow up, guys. Really, grow up. You're supposed to be men. I'll leave it at that.
Champion should be depends where Pelly was.
Yeah, Glock saying in the comments there, by the way, that there was unbelievable racing there. Wasn't expecting the fight for the win. Great respect shown out on track. Not arguing, well, you're turning it into a bit of an argument, to be honest, both of you. So you're both as bad as each other, really. But looking at what has been said, personally, I think it's wrong that we allow Keelan back into the race for Pro. He said he doesn't want to be part of GHR. We will respect that. We will respect that. We're not having him in for Pro. So hopefully that decision is clear. If he wants to bring it up with me, he can bring it up with me in private. But that's the decision that we're taking. 15 minutes before the race is going to begin. I did have contact but let Kyle through every time as I thought it was harsh.
Who's that?
That's Glock coming through on the mic there.
Yeah, it was just the lunges. They were just stupid. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it was clear there wasn't even like half car width, and they were putting it onto the curb and then just pushing me straight out wide. Oh yeah, I'd understand if there weren't any contact. Every time there was contact.
As per SDM Viper, I think it'd be best if he signs up officially and then doesn't race. Anyways, this lobby is getting closed down, so I mean, people that are expecting to be reserved, please wait and do the decent thing and please wait. But that is all we've got time for Pro-Am. We're going to do it all again in 15 minutes of Pro. And Kyle, you're joining me in the comment box this time. Fantastic.
Yay.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for watching Pro-Am. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Until then, thank you very much for watching. And until 10-15 minutes time, goodbye.